Hello, everyone, and welcome back to
Hustle to Empire.
I'm Brady, and today we're deep diving into the wild origins of Nike. I still can't believe how a guy selling shoes out of his car could eventually build one of the most powerful brands on the planet.
Hey y'all, welcome back, and as a reminder, I'm Maddie. So to get us started, this is one of those stories that sound unbelievable at first. From an honest business starting off with a few $100s to now a multi-billion-dollar empire, we were talking about bold risks, groundbreaking ideas, and a whole lot of determination.
And I'm Adrian. Today's journey is more than just a history lesson. It's a conversation about real challenges, smart pivots, and the passion that fuels innovation. So let's kick off things with how it started.
Picture this, it's early 1960s, and Phil Knight isn't just a track athlete, he's also an aspiring entrepreneur. Fresh from business school, he wrote a Stanford thesis that questioned the status quo in athletic shoes.
Guess what, Brady? I just got accepted into Stanford the other day.
Yeah, right. Anyways, Phil believed that high-quality, low-cost running shoes could shake up the market dominated by European brands.
And that is the idea that led them to Japan. Knight saw an incredible opportunity with these Onitsuka Tiger shoes. What made these shoes stand out is that they were affordable, elegant, and something different that wouldn't have been seen in the US. However, they had to challenge great corporations such as Adidas and Puma with a bold and exciting new approach.
It really takes some guts to think you can take on established European companies with nothing but determination and that spark of innovation. Knight took those first steps into the unknown, steps that would eventually redefine the athletic shoe market.
Absolutely. Back then, he wasn't just rolling in venture capital or backed by industry experts. His Stanford thesis wasn't just an academic exercise. It was the blueprint for what Nike would become. That early risk laid the foundation for a legacy built on bold moves.
Guess you could say he really ran with that idea.
Honestly, when you start to analyze these numbers, it's incredible. His initial seed capital was just a few $100s, yet this great gamble turned into a company that now takes over $40 billion annually.
Every great empire starts with a small, risky step. Today's Nike, with its staggering annual revenue and global presence, can trace its roots back to those humble beginnings.
So after his return from Japan, Phil Knight didn't waste any time. In 1964, he founded Blue Ribbon Sports. This was no fancy office, just him and a trunk full of shoes, and a lot of grit. He would sell Onitsuka Tiger running shoes directly from the trunk of his Plymouth Valiant at local track meets in Oregon.
That image is so striking. The hurry, the energy, and pitching shoes directly to runners at outdoor meets. How they got started is wild. Every sale was complex due to the cash flow issues and the limited resources. Knight even kept his day job as an accountant to ensure he could reinvest every spare dollar into the business.
And think about the early challenges. Super thin margins, always scrambling for cash, and the pressure of getting those upfront payments for every new order from Japan. It wasn't glamorous at all, but it was real, and built for a strong foundation of customer trust.
Yeah, the reality was pretty rough. Imagine storing inventory in his parents' basement or having to make cold calls late at night just to keep the business afloat. But every challenge only added to fuel to Knight's determination.
It was definitely not the easiest startup experience. Every dollar they made was hard-earned and came along with personal sacrifices. But those tough days taught him and his team exactly what it meant to work hard.
Looking back, these struggles were crucial. They forged the resilience that would define Nike for decades. Each handshake, every track meet, built the kind of reputation that paved the way for the future successes.
Now you can tell Nike's story without talking about Bill Bowerman. He wasn't just Phil Knight's former coach, he was a true innovator. Bowerman was obsessed with making a better running shoe, one that could give athletes a real competitive edge.
I personally love how Bowerman's creativity always shined through. If y'all don't remember, he used his wife's waffle iron maker to create a new sole design. That waffle sole wasn't just clever, it was a game changer in performance footwear.
The collaboration between Knight and Bowerman was truly remarkable. It was a perfect mix of business savvy and inventive engineering. Bowerman was hands-on testing prototypes himself and tweaking designs on the fly, which really set the stage for future innovation.
Under Bowerman's influence, Blue Ribbon Sports began experimenting with different materials and designs. They weren't just making shoes, they were crafting a product that could give runners a real boost. This drive for performance is still at the heart of Nike today.
And those early innovations rewarded them with exponential growth. By the late 1960s, the reputation among college athletes grew, helping build trust and generate word-of-mouth buzz. It was Bowerman's commitment to quality that put them on the map.
Every new Nike product carries a bit of pioneering spirit. Bowerman's willingness to experiment and his relentless push for excellence are a huge part of what made Nike's early days so successful.
By 1971, Blue Ribbon Sports was starting to gain real traction, but not without its crisis. The relationship with Onitsuka Tiger began to sour when they started looking for new U.S. distributors behind Knight's back. It was a major wake-up call that forced them to rethink everything.
Instead of panicking, Knight and Bowerman saw a chance to take control. They decided to launch their new, very own brand, Nike, named after the Greek goddess of victory. It was a bold move that would set them free from reliance on a single supplier.
And then there's the swoosh. In 1971, they hired Carolyn Davidson, a college student, to design what would become one of the most iconic logos ever. For just $35, it might sound small, but that logo came to symbolize speed, movement, and the very essence of the brand.
Even though Knight wasn't sold on the swoosh at first, its simplicity and energy eventually won everyone over. Launching Nike meant tackling new challenges, shifting from production to new manufacturers, ensuring quality control, and convincing athletes to take a chance on an unproven brand.
They didn't have huge pockets for flashy endorsements, so they had to get creative, selling directly to college athletes, building a network of loyal customers, and gradually proving that their new approach could work. It was all about building a brand from the ground up.
That period of transformation was intense. It was a complete reinvention from being an importer to becoming an innovator. And as we now know, that risky pivot was a turning point that ultimately defined the future of sports marketing.
Jumping ahead into 1984, Nike was doing well, but they were facing stiff competition from Adidas and Converse. To really stand out, they made a bold, almost crazy decision, betting on a rookie basketball player, Michael Jordan.
At that time, Michael Jordan was just an up-and-coming talent, not the global icon he was today. While many expected him to sign with Adidas, Nike's daring proposal was hard to ignore. It wasn't just about endorsing a product, it was about creating a whole signature line, and that gave birth to the Air Jordan series.
The launch of Air Jordans wasn't just a sneaker drop, it was a cultural revolution. In the very first year, the Air Jordan line generated over $100 million in revenue. That kind of impact changed the rules of sports marketing forever.
The numbers speak for themselves. Today, the Air Jordan brand is valued in the billions, and it played a huge role in pushing Nike's overall market cap past the $200 billion mark. This wasn't just a successful endorsement deal, it completely redefined what athlete partnerships could achieve.
Nike's risk on Jordan set off a chain reaction. It showed that with the right bet, you could create a product that resonated deeply with customers, turning sneakers into symbols of aspiration and style. It wasn't just about performance on the court, it was about creating an entire lifestyle around that success.
That partnership was a turning point. It demonstrated that bold moves and innovative marketing strategies like the later Just Do It campaign could transform a company's fortunes overnight. The Air Jordan success story remains one of the most compelling examples of branding done right.
By the late 1980s, Nike had evolved far beyond just a shoe company. In 1988, they launched the Just Do It campaign, a simple three-word slogan that captured the relentless spirit of athletes and everyday people alike.
That slogan really connected on an emotional level. It turned Nike into more than just a product. It became an emblem of perseverance, ambition, and defiance against the odds. It's amazing how 3 words could change a brand's identity so profoundly.
The impact was clear. Not only did Just Do It resonate with millions around the world, but it also helped Nike's market share significantly. Studies have shown that the campaign was instrumental in cementing Nike's place as a leader in the athletic apparel market.
Nike's genius wasn't just in the products. It was in how they sold an experience and a mindset. Their marketing didn't just advertise shoes, it told stories of overcoming adversity and chasing your dreams. That's a big part of why the brand remains so powerful today.
And that's the beauty of authentic storytelling and branding. Nike didn't just market a product, they fostered an emotional connection that translated into loyalty and ultimately massive revenue growth.
Nike's story didn't end with great marketing and revolutionary shoes. They kept evolving as the company expanded globally. They diversified into apparel, equipment, and even digital fitness technology. It's incredible to think that what started in a small car trunk now reaches over 190 countries.
During the 1990s, Nike really cemented its status as a household name. They acquired brands like Converse, introduced groundbreaking tech like the Nike Plus system, and even began focusing on sustainability. Their investment in research and development ran into the billions, pushing them to stay ahead of the curve.
Nike's been working hard to reduce its environmental impact. with initiatives to lower carbon emissions and cut down waste. They're proving that a global powerhouse can also be a responsible one. Their digital ventures, like the Nike Run Club app, have also built vibrant communities around fitness.
Statistically, Nike's global revenue now exceeds $40 billion annually, a testament to their relentless innovation and savvy expansion strategies. Their blend of localized marketing, along with a universal message of excellence and determination, has made them a true global leader.
It's also worth noting how technology played a role. Their integration with wearable tech and personalized fitness experiences has redefined consumer engagement. It's no longer just about selling a product, it's about creating an ecosystem that inspires healthy living.
Even when controversies over labor practices and supply chain issues arose, Nike wasn't content to rest. They took those challenges head on and implemented changes and improved transparency. This willingness to adapt is a big reason why they continue to thrive today.
Let's break down some numbers to put Nike's journey into perspective. Back in the 1960s, Blue Ribbon Sports was selling only a few hundred shoes a year. But today, Nike is a multi-billion-dollar company with a market cap that ranks it among the world's top brands.
Think about it. Nike's revenue recently topped $44 billion, and the Air Jordan line alone has generated billions since its launch. These aren't just impressive stats. They're a clear indicator of the visionary risks taken decades ago.
And beyond revenue, Nike's brand value is estimated in tens of billions. Their aggressive innovation, strategic partnerships, and unwavering commitment to connecting with customers have set standards that many companies still aspire to today.
Every number here tells a story of transformation, from a small operation in a cramped space to a global brand that influences millions. It really shows that with perseverance, smart decisions, and a little bit of luck, even the smallest start can lead to a monumental success.
These facts and figures are a roadmap for an entrepreneur. They remind us that bold decisions, creative strategies, and relentless dedication can turn an idea into an empire. It's a story that continues to inspire countless innovators around the world.
Every statistic, every milestone reinforces that greatness doesn't happen overnight. It's built one bold, risky step at a time. Nike's journey is a testament to what can be achieved when passion meets perseverance.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Nike's story is all about pushing through adversity, taking strategic risk, and always staying innovative. From that first sale out of a car trunk to a global empire, every challenge was a stepping stone.
Exactly. It's not just about having a great product. It's about building a brand that connects on a personal level. Nike's evolution shows us that with vision, risk-taking, and a commitment to excellence, nothing is truly impossible.
Nike teaches us that resilience, creativity, and smart partnerships can transform even the smallest beginnings into global successes. It's a masterclass in turning challenges into opportunities and inspiring millions along the way.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into Nike's incredible journey on
Hustle to Empire.
I hope you are as inspired as we are. Remember, every empire starts with one bold, risky step.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. There's so much more to these stories that meets the eye.
And join us next week as we explore another remarkable brand story filled with challenges, breakthroughs, and lessons that will fuel your own entrepreneurial journey. Until then, keep pushing forward and remember your empire might just be one bold move away.